Alright, so with this episode, I think we're gonna deal with remapping your character because your character can be remapped, right? If you look at your attributes, we just have the 23 just because we have that starter pack that's still active for two and a half hours, 2 hours and 50 minutes, anyways. But then those will go down, and then our training queue will slightly go up. Although we get a remap, right? Neural remap available now. So it says, well, we could hover over it. You are currently able to change your attributes without delay. Your neural remapping cooldown has elapsed. Therefore, remapping your attributes now will only reset your remap cooldown timer and will not use any of your bonus remaps. So I believe you can only remap once every year or something. So once you remap, it's going to say you cannot remap for 1 year, although they give you 2 bonus remaps. But keep in mind, I guess, after you use these, you can't remap again for another year, however long it is. We haven't remapped a character for a while. It basically is going to speed up your training time. Like if you were going to go with combat, if you just wanted to do pure combat, you didn't care about industry or making anything, you'd go with perception and willpower, I think. Because if we go over to skills here, go to spaceship command, we could hover over it and it'll say it takes perception and willpower. So most of these skills, they will benefit from perception and willpower. I think perception and willpower is for gunnery as well. So for missiles, so pretty much for your weapon abilities, for your main core ships, and then your weapons. So I think we pretty much trained the core ships. I think it's just the mining frigate if we're doing that, if we were going to try to go for that. So what is this thing? Show information. You can see the attributes, perception and willpower. Alright. So it is perception and willpower. Well, there's so many other things with intelligence and memory, so I think we're going to go with that one. It'll help with your engineering. It'll train your engineering faster. It'll train your subsystems faster. So what is subsystems? All skills, MR, offensive systems, Caldari core systems. Show information. Attribute skill in operating a Caldari core system on Tech 3 ships. Oh, Tech 3 ships. This is probably quite a while away. Power grid management, show information, attributes, intelligence and memory. Alright, so if we wanted to work towards these, we would need intelligence and memory anyways. Same with all of the armor training seems to have seems to favor intelligence and memory as well. Shields favors intelligence and memory, and then targeting favors intelligence and memory. So actually, I guess intelligence and memory is used for a lot of things. Perception and willpower is mainly just the ships and weapons. And then drones, electronic systems is intelligence and memory. And then scanning is intelligence and memory. Rigging is intelligence and memory. So when we get into rigging later, social is charisma and intelligence. So that's alright. We just need to get a few skills. We'll get those level 3 eventually. Like, we have been running missions, so we could have probably been getting more reputation and rewards. But they're still only level 2. And then, trade, neural enhancement is also intelligence and memory. And then, science is intelligence and memory. And then, planet management is intelligence and memory. So, structure management is memory and willpower. So, basically, I guess the core ships, we train the core ships basically. And, if we remap, it's not going to slow them down terribly, right? It's just removing 3 points. Because I believe we had in that one video when we put all the skill points on, or when we activated this thing, we put on like 40 days worth of training, and then it just removed like a day and a half or something. So I guess it just removes like 1 day a month. So it barely slows it down, but it might speed up the things we're trying to train right now. So we could train missiles a little bit, right? We only need them to level 3 or something. We're not trying to get Tech 2 weapons or anything. Maybe we get Tech 2 other things. And then production is kind of memory and intelligence, and resource protection's memory and intelligence. But I think we're just going to go for intelligence and memory, mainly for laboratory operation. Allows you the operation of a research facility, allows you to run 1 additional research job per skill level. So I think we're just going to put a whole bunch of things here. I'm going to say have prerequisites for. and then advanced laboratory operation. So I think this was expensive. That's why we don't have it, right? 20 million. So it's gonna cost 20 million for this skill book from the vendor. So we're gonna have to save up a bit for that one. But eventually we're gonna get that, because if we go to the neocon, if we go to industry, if you look at industry, we've been researching blueprints. Although we probably shouldn't actually research them to level 10. Level 10, it just takes way too long. I think we're just gonna leave these ones. So these ones are going all the way to level 10. I guess we're probably in the future, we're just gonna level them up to level 8 or 9, like these blueprints. I guess this one's done. It's 8 and 18. I guess that's what it was. 9, 18. So maybe 9 and 18 or something. Basically, it just takes forever to level them up to 10. So if we get a base amount of blueprints, and then considering just the material cost, if it reduces it by 10%, if the item costs like 20,000, it's just like you just lose $200 when you make it. So it's a little tiny improvement. So we're just going to be going into research. So we've just been researching these blueprints, and then later we're gonna get into copying, probably, because copying is probably actually where the good money is, right? Because we could manufacture these. We could turn 240,000 to 462,000. So pretty much does double your money for this one. Although if we were to go to copying, then we just copy the blueprint, and then we'd say view this in industry, then we'd be able to do tech 2. Well, no, why can't we do tech 2? Iron Charge S blueprint. Invention. Something went wrong here. So we click on Iron Charge S, and then we say copying, and then we want to create a copy, and then we view the copy in industry, and then invention does not show up. Wonder why. Alright, we're trying to figure this out here, right? Because if you go to copy, the blueprint that you copied is supposed to be used in invention. Maybe not all of them are used in invention. Oh, that's something we didn't know, I guess. Sebi, that's why we're learning these things from the base ground up. So we learn things about the basic items, so when we get to the more advanced things, we'll already know these things. So apparently we could turn these into Tech 2 ammunition. Maybe that would be profitable. Total estimated price 200,000. Total estimated price unavailable. All this is just creating the blueprint. So in order to create the blueprint, it's going to have a 34% success chance. Then we're going to have to learn new skills. We're going to have to learn new skills in science, I guess, to learn these, right? If you show information, it's probably intelligence and memory as well. So for making all the tier 2 things, we're going to have to research that as well in science. So basically, if we right click this, we say view this in industry, and say it might take like 78,000 to make those, and it's worth 150,000. That only takes 1 hour. So maybe Tech 2 blueprints are where it's at. So we just made these ones that we were researching just for some reason, just because somebody wants to collect all the perfect blueprints for some reason. Although we could probably just buy them off of other people, let them research them to max. So we don't even have to really research these. In the future, we should just use jobs for doing science jobs, probably. So we're going to be looking at making Tech 2 things later, right? Eventually we could make Tech 2 ships and Tech 2 ammunitions and Tech 2 miners. And yeah, if we go to miner blueprint, if we were to copy this, we know there is a Tech 2 miner, right? View this in industry. And if we were to create a Tech 2 blueprint, it might cost like 263. And then if we view this one in the industry, then it'd be like 546,000, and they sell for 831,000. So we could make like 2 of them every hour. And then we could even level that up too. If we learn laser physics and mechanical engineering, it would speed up everything. And maybe there's a way to reduce the cost. So laser physics, mechanical engineering. It says we can't even make this yet. We can't even actually make this until we learn these abilities. So show information, intelligence, and memory. Yep. if you were planning to go into science, or even if you were just going to work on your shields and everything, right? Work on your targeting, work on your scanning, work on your armor systems, and then all your things will come, right? Engineering. Sweet. So let's remap the character. Let's just throw like a whole bunch of things on here. So laboratory operation. We know that that's intelligence and memory. So let's just see how much it gives up. Because metallurgy is actually going to allow us to research things a lot faster. So intelligence and memory. Probably throw this on here. So we pretty much used all of our skill points already. We pretty much used all of them. I think the last thing that we used on was to get the afterburners, right? Afterburners. Because we were looking at the afterburners, we decided to fit our ship with the tier 2 afterburners, right? Because we seen the tier 1, then we put the tier 2, so this thing actually goes like 764 miles a second. I think the afterburner level 2, it was just like a 20-hour training time requirements, because you have afterburner at level 3, I think, and then we just needed to train it to level 4. And we're like, oh, we don't want to wait. We have some skill points left. We might as well use them. So our ship's looking a little bit better. Overdrive injector system tech 2, so it increases your movement speed. Ballistic control system 1, so it increases your damage, I believe. And then missile guidance computer. Oh, so these things are new things we put on. We put on sensor boosters. Just go to the market probably. Well, in the browser in your ship here, you could actually do more in this browser. You could actually browse for things specifically for your ship we found. If you were to go to middle slots, filter middle slots, and then you go to propulsion, then it would just show afterburners. So this ship, it actually can use the 10 MN, the 100 MN afterburner. Makes it go like 1,400 miles per second. We had it in the other hangar, I think it was when we were doing missions. We were gonna try it anyways, but then it depletes all of your capacitator here. So these things, missile guidance computer, and then we just put a script in them. So maybe we'll just go over that quickly too. So we went to electronic and sensor upgrades, sensor boosters, then we got the sensor booster 1 probably, and then we bought that, we added it to the ship. So, or we can show information about it. What does it do? This thing gives an increase to targeting range, scan resolution, and sensor strength. This module can be loaded with scripts to increase its effectiveness in certain areas. So usually it would increase your maximum targeting range by 25%, and then it would scan resolution 25%, so you could lock on 25% faster. Sensor strength bonus, I believe. And then we put a script in it. So you could find these, I think. Maybe they're in here. Scripts. Oh, no, they wouldn't be. You'd have to go to the regional market. Ammunition and charges. And then you'd have to go to scripts. And then here's a whole bunch of scripts you could throw into things. So we got the scan resolution script. So this thing, it's only like 4,000. It's not expensive or anything. So this makes it so that your targeting range doesn't go up. So basically, the script can be loaded to increase your locking speed bonus at the expense of the targeting range and sensor strength bonuses. So modification to scan resolution bonus plus 100%. So basically, say 50% scan resolution bonus. So I think we lock on to the targets 50% faster than if we were to remove the charge. Then it'd be without the script in it. 25% resolution, 25% maximum targeting range, 40% to those strengths. So we're gonna have to learn about those at some point. Basically, you buy this and then throw it into your ship, and then it just allows you to lock onto things quicker, because our targeting range is 63 kilometers and our missile flight range is 58 kilometers. So we could pretty much just fly around with the afterburner and sit back, and then they hit us less, because if our ship is moving faster, they do less damage to us. So we could actually keep all of these on. We can see the capacitator is stable. If we hover over this, it'll say sustainable at 50%. So it will drain at the beginning, but if you're just flying, because you have to enable these for them to work. So if you turn all of these on, you could just keep going forever. Your capacitator would just be stuck at 50% until you start activating the shield. So we train for the medium shield booster with our skill points. I think it was just like level 3 shield operation, that's it. So as soon as we start using this, it'll deplete in 1 minute and 6 seconds, or we could click to turn these off to see how much. Yeah, the shield just takes all of our capacitator. So basically, if we don't need the shield's just to heal us in between missions, I guess. If we don't dock at the station, but we just leave these on. And then we got the missile guidance system, so we went here to engineering equipment, maybe, or electronics and sensors. No. B, turrets and bays, weapons upgrades. And B, missile guidance computers, maybe. Missile guidance computers, yeah, they would be. Oh, because we do have the middle slots, so everything on the middle slots can be shown here. So these things do show information. So it helps the precision and range of your missiles. So what, explosion velocity bonus 5%, radius bonus negative 5%, flight time bonus 4%, and then we had a charge in it. So basically the same thing as this sensor booster. You could put a script in here. So this one increases the module's explosion velocity and explosion radius bonus at the expense of its range bonus. So basically, without the charge, if we took out the charge, because we have 2 of them equipped, it's going to say, oh, it doesn't say anything. Alright, so essentially, oh, we could show information about this one, that's right. So it would give wasn't anything up here. Oh, missile velocity 4%, missile flight time 4%. So if you put the script in there, it would lose those, and then the explosion velocity bonus would be higher, and the radius bonus would be smaller. Since our flight time's already 58 kilometers, we don't need them to fly any further. So we just basically throw the script in there, and then it turns to look like this when you when you show information about it. So modification of explosion. Oh, if we showed information about this, it should show the updated information. There we go. So it loses the flight time for the missiles, but then it gains more explosion velocity bonus, explosion radius bonus. So I imagine it just does more damage to these ships, hopefully. And then it says there was a penalty for having more of them. So basically that's what we got. Just something to lock on to the enemies quicker, and then just something to hopefully do more damage to them. And then just the ballistic control system, which just increases your rate of fire bonus, missile damage bonus. And then we just put these rigs on here. So these were the ones that just increased our flight time. So basically, just put these on your ship, right? Via market details. I don't think they were cheap. I think they were like 1.6 million. So they were pretty expensive. But basically, when we put one of them on, our flight time was like 41 kilometers. And then it was like 47 kilometers. So it rose it by 6 kilometers. Then we added another one. And then it was like 51 kilometers or something. 52 maybe. Then we added another one, and then it brought it to like 58 kilometers. So we could just lock onto a target 63 kilometers away, and then just fire 58 kilometers away, and then just burn towards them with the afterburner. So it's pretty sick. And then use the shield if we need to. So there's our ship. So now we were working on industry. There we were trying to remap our character anyways. We're trying to go to skills here, add a whole bunch of science things. So we just want to show information, intelligence, memory. So we add science to the tree, and then research was intelligence, memory, right? I guess all of the shields things would be too. Oh, and all the armor upgrades. So I guess basically during this you're going to be able to do getting all these things done. or if you're just upgraded to perception willpower, because you don't have to do what I do, right? I'm just doing this. You could do perception willpower, say all you want to do is fly a big ship, then you'd go with that, and then you just work on your ships and weapon skills, basically. Although I guess your armor and your shields would be lacking, and your targeting would be lacking, and then your electronic systems would be lacking, and then a whole bunch of other things. So if we were to go here, we don't have any more skills. Maybe in shields we do. So let's just try to add like 40 days or something. I think shields upgrade should probably be intelligence and memory. So yeah, like 5 days or something. Shield operation. So that should be pretty close, right? 39 days, 19 hours. So if we could find something that's just like a few hours or something. Maybe shield emission systems. 20, 21. I think removed 14 or something. Oh, we just have to remove 40 days and 4 hours, I guess. So if we were to remap, so all of these should be, hopefully. Because I think in some of these trees, maybe some of them say they require that, but they require something different. So we got 40 days of science basically training. So if we go to the character, we go to remap now, then we go to perception. So basically, neural remapping treatment at its finest cutting edge. Neuroscience allows capsulators to shift their natural strengths and weaknesses around between the 5 key areas. The technique is frequently used to facilitate a change in the direction of a capsular skill plan. So basically, we could remove points from perception, remove points from willpower, remove points from charisma. So we could just remove everything and then plan everything, right? So we have all of our points, unassigned points. So we're looking for intelligence, and then memory. So we got 27 points into intelligence, and then memory. Because they were 20 before, right? All of them were at 20. But intelligence should be boosted a little bit. Then the other ones are going to be impacted a little bit. So perception and willpower, those both went down a little bit. Training time will go down barely, and then I bet we're barely going to save any time by remapping too. But if we're going 27 intelligence, 21 memory, 17 everything else, we can now focus the character. So save changes, confirm changes. You're about to use the timed remap. You will not be able to use a timed remap for 12 months. Are you sure you want to proceed? Sure. So we could work on other things later. And then even if you buy skill points, right? If you buy skill points with in-game currency later, you could just spend these skill points on anything that requires perception and willpower to research, right? So basically, I guess that did save a whole bunch of time. We had like 40 days and like 40 hours. Or no, 40 days and like 50 minutes. It's now brought down to 32 days and 3 hours. So it seems to have really done quite a little bit for that 40 days. I wonder what that would have been if we just set it to 1 month. That would have been the proper thing to do. Then it's also going to be a little different because of this. So essentially, 8 days or something. Something like 8 days. So maybe it saved like 7 days. 7 days a month. Cool. So if you remap, you're going to be saving maybe like 6 to 7 days a month worth of training. Something like that. So now we could actually work on all of our shield management, all of our armor upgrades, all of everything. But mostly we're just going to be doing science, I think. Because it said science was going to be like 4 days. It was going to be like 4 days and 20 hours or something. Now it's going to be 3 days and 20 hours. Maybe I'm going to have to relook at that footage and see what laboratory operations said before. Because I'm pretty sure we saved like 1 day, 1 full day on that. Maybe we saved a day on this or 2 days or something. I'm sure research probably said 4 days and 20 hours. So cool. Cool. That's really cool. So it said 4 days and 20 hours, and then it brought it down to 3 days and 20 hours. So every like 5 days, I guess, it saves a day. Or every 4 days or something. Now we can fully go into research. And then once we get some more money, we have 10,625. I think we have our ship figured out, right? So I think we want to go to the regional market and maybe buy some implants to speed up training even more. So I think we'd have to worry about getting blown up in our capsule then. Although we're not going to get an expensive one. So we go to the market here, we go implants and boosters. Implant slot 1, so we can see which one is required for what we're trying to get into, perception. So you could also buy these, get like a +3 or +5 to your skills. So memory, implant slot 3, this is for willpower. Implant slot 4, intelligence, this is the one that we want. So if we view details, we could say, oh, it's not available anymore. So I guess 4 and 5 is what we want at the moment. Charisma. So which one was memory? Maybe memory was the first one. Oh, perception. Oh, second one's memory. Alright. So we just want number 4 as a main and number 2. So cybernetics processor basic +3 to intelligence. View details. Okay, so it's only like 10,000. There's one at the trading tower. Sort by price. So should we get this one and then we get the other one, and then we can just upgrade them later. So location, set destination. So it's just in the trading tower. I thought we were in the trading tower. Maybe we're in the refinery or something. So if we go to that station, then we buy it. Then we could maybe implant it into our character. Although, don't put really expensive ones into your character. So we're going to the trading post. So we can go dock at the trading post. So we haven't actually tested this ship yet, right? I was just sitting in Jeddah and actually had a destroyer at the other place too. We were checking out the destroyer. We were checking to see who could go faster. Because the destroyer can have 7 guns. This can only have 5 guns. Although this one can have the rapid launchers. So maybe this one does do a whole lot more DPS. But we'd have to compare the destroyer. It's just the destroyer moves a lot slower. Well, not too much. It just moves like 650. And the cruiser can go faster for some reason. So if we go to the regional market, and we'll probably end up pretty soon here. So if we were to get the not the basic one, the one that just gives a basic 4 to intelligence. So over here there'd be a whole bunch of different ones that give you bonuses to everything. I don't think you'd want to worry about those ones. They're probably too expensive for what they do or something. So this one would be like 45 million, 550 million, 400 million, 50 million. So I guess if we just click on this again and then click on it, and we can just scroll down and then actually read all of them. So we're just looking for +1 intelligence, +2 intelligence. Why is +2 intelligence like 20 million? Oh, because plus well, that's weird. So we could buy the +2 intelligence for 10 million, or we could buy the +3 intelligence for 10 million. So there's no reason to get the +2 intelligence. How much is the +1 intelligence then? This would be standard, or what? Or would be one of the limited ones, right? This would be, yeah, that's that one. It's the +1 to intelligence. These ones are really cheap. Maybe they do something. They only cost like 800,000, but I guess 800,000 for such a small boost of +1 wouldn't do anything. And then the improved ones. So this would be +5 to intelligence. Sounds like over 100 million. And this one's 20 million. This is a +4 to intelligence. So we want to upgrade to those eventually. But I think for at least a week we're just gonna do those 10 million ones. Just the one that gives +3. So just the basic one. So this is also a free to play one. The members one is the +4 and the +5. So if we go to the station, we could buy this one for almost 10 million. So there we go, now we're broke again. Although we have a whole bunch of ores that we could sell. We didn't really mine too much. We just mined for like one day, I think, and then we were doing combat, and then we're just playing around with the ships, trying to figure out how to make the ships better. So now if we go to the training queue, we could say it'll take 21 days. So let's just put like 30 days or something on there. If we go to science, or close to that. Then we could even look at this top one to just see how much it changes it. So it'd be like 26 days or something. 26 days, 14 hours. So I don't think we should just throw everything on the queue again. That's just pointless, right? But it is nice to see how much time it saves. So this would be like over 30 days. So 31 days, 5 hours. Then if we go to the inventory, this is 3 days and 20 hours. Then we go to the item hanger. We go to this one, right? This is the one that we bought. +3 to intelligence. And then if we plug it in, it should change even more. So 3 days, 20 hours, 31 days. Implants are lost when unplugged and when you die. Are you sure? So if you die in your capsule, you lose your implants. So just as long as you're in your ship and you get blown up, and then you're able to dock, and then I guess you just board your Corvette, right? In any of the player stations, you just board a Corvette. So just don't get blown up in your capsule. Just when you're in your capsule, try to dock up. When you die, are you sure? So it should speed up the time. 20 hours and 35 minutes. Okay, so that just saved like another 7 hours off of that one. Now it says 28 days and 21 hours. Amazing. Wow, 7 hours. 7 hours just because we bought that one implant for like 10 million. Maybe it just tempts us to go to the other place and sell all of our ore and get the other implant. So maybe we should. We have no reason to keep that ore. It's pretty much seems better to just get the ore and then just sell the ore how it is. So let's go to implant slot 2. So they're basically the same thing, right? The limited one would be the +1. Yeah, +1 to memory, so it costs like 700,000 basically. And this one would be the +2 to memory. So how much would this one cost? +2 to memory is like 4 million. And then the standard, improve, limited. This would be one of these basic ones then. Oh, memory augmentation basic, there we go. So this would give +3 to memory. So this one also costs like 10 million at this station. And then if we were to go to get the better ones eventually, right? The standard would be like 20 million. So they all seem to be the same, +4 to memory. And if we go to the improved, it would be +5 to memory for over 100 million. So if you had all of the best ones, your character would have like $600 million of implants in his head. Or if you were to get the $20 million ones, then you'd have like $100 million of implants in your head. Or if you just stick with the $10 implants one, 10 million, then you just have 50 million in your head. Or if you got the other ones, you'd have like 25 million. And the other ones, I think you just have like 4 million or something. So it doesn't cost too much, but I guess the +3 would be the things to go at. So let's just go sell all of our ores. And then in the one station, we also got like 12 million worth of loot from doing the mission, so that's probably good. So that's just right across the street. Go to the refinery, we go dock. So we basically just compressed the ores for the video, and then we just brought them here, and then we didn't really sell them. We just basically went to go try and do combat after that. So the industry skills, they will help us, but yeah, they're gonna help us when we actually do start manufacturing things. So we don't really have good combat skills on this ship, right? But it still does the job. So we go open the inventory, we go sell everything, item hanger, press view market details. So we always just view market details just to see what it's selling for. 5,946. Sure, we don't care. We'll lose a little bit of money, right? We're gonna lose maybe like 2 million or something, or maybe like a million. We're not sure what it is. If we sell that immediately, just all of our compressed ores. So I guess we have quite a bit of money. So if we just sell it, so 39, 42.50. Sure, another 3 million. Cool. Maybe this one, I don't know, 442k. That's alright. So we didn't even check that price. So we still have a little bit of ores. We sold most of them. So now let's just go get that implant, and then we'll end the episode. We'll say this is how you can speed up your training. You just basically remap your character. I think that saved like a whole bunch of days. I think it saves like 7 days or 6 days. And then you put these on, and then it just saved. Yeah, it just saved like 3 days or something. And then if we get the +3 to memory, so limited memory augmentation. Oh, the basic memory basic. Alright, and then just check information to make sure it is the +3. It's in the system at the trading tower. Sure, we'll buy that for 10 million. And then we'll watch our training queue go up even more. So we can undock from the station. We're all done here. And then we know, like we said, you should be completely safe if you're tethered to the station. It's just if you're tethered, nobody can attack you. Plus, when you undock, you have the you're safe for 20 seconds or something. So the trading center, we go undock. So now our character's really gonna be able to get into a laboratory. So we know that this said 4 days and 20 hours, and it brought it all the way down to 3 days and 14 hours. And when we get the implant, that's gonna help out. So even plus you could buy skills. Skills can train so fast in this game nowadays. Cool. Amazing. And then once we start earning even more money, then we could even just straight up buy buy all of that. Although we should probably just spend all of our money and reinvest it in everything. Reinvest in manufacture and research. So if we go to the inventory, we go to the skill tree, it's going to save even more time. Go to the item hanger, this is the one we bought, right? Yeah, +3 to memory. So if right click, we plug in, so it should save you more time. 28 days, 21 hours, 3 days, 13. So sweet, another 3 hours saved, another day saved this month. So now if we go to our character, because we still have this boost for like 2 hours that'll wear off, but essentially we have like 33 intelligence, 27 memory, and then essentially now we could start doing science, or we could research all of our shields or all of our armor systems, or basically go learn scanning. Even planetary management is intelligence and memory. So I guess since we're saving, I guess, what are we saving, like 10 days a month, hopefully. So we could say if planetary management, if it took you 30 days to get into planetary management, if you really wanted to do that for some reason, or if it was going to take you 30 days to upgrade your shields, or if it was going to take you 30 days to upgrade your science tree. Actually, instead of 30 days, now it probably takes like 20 or 22 days or something. So there we go. Now we could research. So this thing said 4 days and 20 hours. So maybe we could do math or something. So be like, so that literally saves like 1 day and 9 hours basically every 4.5 days, 5 days. I don't know if it's like 6. Yeah, basically like 8 days. Cool, like 8 days every month, same. So now we're training. So there we go. There's the episode. That's how you remap your character and then plan out everything, I guess. And, speed up the training. So next episode, we're not sure what's gonna happen next episode. Now that we got the laboratory operation and everything training so much faster, and we got all of our industry jobs that are gonna be done tomorrow. So we can maybe look into other things to do with blueprints besides besides just research them up. You probably don't research them to maximum level. Probably just before maximum level, because it's always the second last level and the last level that takes forever to research.